Hear loud and clear? Alright, so Emily can hear me just fine, and Novak can't hear me. Well, I did a test while I was off, and I could hear it just fine on the video, so I don't know why some people can hear and some people can't, because I don't know the answer to that. Alright, so we're going to go on with the painting here. So let's see what we want to do here. Alright, so we want to put some darker trees in here. So let's get some done. Let's get a couple put in here. Let's put like... So as you guys can see, we're doing a black canvas today. We're going to do kind of a waterfall scene. So there's one happy little tree. Let's put that one in. Well, that's true. That's true, Em. It's pretty true. Alright, so let's make this a little taller. This is this other tree's big brother, I guess. Well, let's see. What am I gonna put? Let's put another one like. Let's put a small. Alright, let's put another big one. Maybe like right here. We'll leave him sit back here a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. And on this side, let's put a couple. Let's start off with a small one back here. He's maybe off in the distance a little bit. We can still see him pretty good. And then yeah, Marilyn, I'm not sure why that is, because Emily can hear me loud and clear, and some people can hear me and some people can't, and I can't. It might have to do with the bandwidth on your internet, but I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but all right. So let's kind of let's put a big guy in here. All right, here we go. These guys are kind of tall and maybe a little bit skinny. These kind of pine trees. I think later in the painting we're going to do something like a little bit larger coming up on each side. So we'll keep these trees back. Let's put another one back here in the middle. Yeah, let's put another one back here in the middle. Then I'll tell you what, let's take some of this lighter color. Let's put maybe like one off in the distance like this. Okay, I'll leave that alone over there. That looks fine. Alright, I'm going to slap a little bit more fog in here. It's kind of a foggy night. We're going to be down by the waterfall sign. Well, Chris is hearing me okay too. Alright, thanks guys for the feedback. That helps me try to kind of figure this out. So we're just going to tap some of this, swirl some of this in here. Put a little bit of it like right in here. Put in some in between these trees. Maybe up in on these trees a little bit like that. We'll take some of those swirls off of there. Alright. We'll clean the brush and then we'll blend this out. This painting is really dark, so we're going to keep it dark throughout the painting. Yeah. That brush is, I don't really like the softness of that brush. I'll try a different one. This one feels okay. I want to kind of eat up on that tree a little bit. Maybe eat up on that tree a little bit. I'm going to eat up on the front of this tree just a little bit. All right. Now, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to run a waterfall down up in this. And let me see. I think I'll do that. I could do it with a brush, but I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it with a knife. I think I'll do it with a knife. All right. So let's take some of this lighter blue color. We're just going to get a roll of paint on our knife like this. Let's figure out where let's kind of figure out where the bank's going to be. So kind of. Maybe like that. That'll get us started. So we're just kind of scrubbing this into the canvas pretty hard, All right. Let's figure out the other side, how we want to do this. I don't want this to like to run way out there, so let's just kind of. So this might look white on the thing, but it's not. It's actually like it's a blue. It's a mixture of midnight black and Prussian blue, and then a little bit of titanium white. All right, I kind of like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the river in on top of that, but I'm going to take some of this really dark blue, this blue and black color, really dark blue and black color. I don't think you'll be able to see this, but you can see it's really dark. I don't think you'll be able to see this in the painting until I start adding other colors, but I'm just going to go in here on the edge of this, kind of scrub that into the canvas there. Darken it up a little bit. Let's try to get contaminated it just a little bit there. That blue. All right, that looks good. All right, so the reason we're doing this, we want to create a little bit more shadow. I know it's a really dark painting, but we still got the issues of shadow, light and dark and shadows and all that kind of stuff. So this will add a little bit to that feature. All right, so for some of you that just joined, we've got a black canvas with black gesso. It has a coat of Prussian blue, liquid clear, midnight black all over the canvas. We use that same color with a little bit of titanium white, kind of brushed in the sky. Then we lighten it just a little bit more and put these real far background trees back out there. And then using the same color, we kept it darker. We just kind of put in these other trees. So we're just going to kind of stick to the same color scheme throughout as we go. And let's start working on. I'm going to put a river in here. So let's start doing that. I'm going to do that with a knife as well. Now you might be able to start seeing where the black comes into play that I just put on there. So the water's coming along like this. A little more white in here. Brighten this up just a little bit more. River's coming along. Then we're going to try a new technique here in just a second. So let's take this and bring this out here. Take this part of the river out. Okay. we're kind of getting a little contamination on this white, so we're just going to scrape it off a little bit. Pick up a little bit more. Starting to pick up some speed here. A little bit right there, a little bit right there. Now I tend to start mumbling when I get concentrating on my painting. If I start doing that, you guys just shout out. All right, so we're gonna try something different here. We'll see how this works. Never tried to do this before, but I'm gonna try it now. So we're gonna come in here. We're using a knife. So we got a roll of paint on the knife. We're just gonna put in a waterfall, like right. All right, so I need a little bit lighter touch than that, I think. Here we go. Just want the canvas to take is what it wants to use. I kind of like this spacing that we're getting here, this kind of broken up effect. Here we go. Just like hardly no touching. It's really light. It's a big old giant waterfall. All right. So that kind of gives me an orientation on where I want to go now. So that kind of gets me started. So let's detail it up some more, shall we? All right. So let's take that. Let's work on the sides now. Let's think about the edges here. So let's bring this a little bit of bank going on here. So let's just kind of see what we want to do here. So I'll tell you what, let's put a little bit of fog in for both sides. Let's do that first. Kind of blend this together with the edge of the shoulder. I have a couple things I want to try to do with this painting. I'm going to paint it a couple times. So let's. All right, I'm kind of liking that. Let me think about this for a second. So, hopefully I didn't lose her. Hopefully Emily Jean is hopefully still out there. Yeah, there she is. You guys, if you haven't, Little Painter Girl is her new channel. If you have not watched her paint, you really should. She is awesome. She's really good. All right, she's really good. All right, so I'm going to put some more trees up on this side. I want to put a couple more things up in this side a little bit too. But before we do that, I want to bring this mist. I want to deal with this mist some more. A little bit more, maybe like. Let's start down here. It's kind of. We're going to kind of scrub this in pretty good down here. Keep it soft. Keep it soft. Keep it soft. So we're going to kind of like go right over this. We're not going to touch it too much because we don't want to destroy the edge of the waterfall so much as to cover it up. but we want to kind of bring the mist up into the waterfall like that. And we can do some other things over here. Cool. I can dig it. Hello, Julie. Hi. Emily, it's true. True story. The girl's awesome. I wish I could paint half as well. She's great. All right. So I want to put some. So we want to go in like right in here, and I want to put some rocks in here. Maybe some big stones, like. I don't want to be too pointy though. Maybe one back up in here. Like that. Maybe another one like right over here. So I'm going back over these. I'm just kind of scrubbing them in. You'll see why here in just a second. I don't want to leave. I want to leave some texture in that, but not a lot. And if it works, and I've never tried to do this, so I mean I'm doing a ton of knife work here, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Alrighty. So with those in place, I want to kind of leave them there for the moment, and go back up to the top of the painting. So mix up some black and some blue, darker colors. Let's put like let's put a tree. Let's start on this side. Let's start over here. Now one thing I try to do is never make my trees look too symmetrical, too perfect, because trees don't grow that way. That's not how they grow. So we're keeping this color a little bit dark. I think we'll just put a few little grass things in here. Like this. Maybe a bush. We'll tap a bush in right here. Why not? We'll put it over in front of that tree while we're at it. Then on this other side over here, I don't know too much. Let's see. Let's get some black and blue. Maybe. Let's just kind of insinuate some a little bit of grass type stuff over here, maybe. Not too much. There's some things growing out here. Maybe we'll stick maybe a little tree right here. Why not? He stayed little because he wanted to be close to the waterfall. And that'll kind of take that little bit of brightness out of it too. We'll slap a little bit of that like this. And we'll pull these up a little bit. Like that. Hello, Julie. Did I already say hello? I don't know if I did. If I didn't, hello. All right. So before I highlight these trees, well, I need to highlight them, but I want to keep them dark. So I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave a little bit of this paint in my brush that I just cleaned. I'm going to put some. We could clear out on the thing here, and I'm going to get some sap green. I got a little bit of sap green here on the palette, and a little bit of. I'm going to keep these dark. All right, so that's a little too green for me. I'm going to put a little midnight black in with that too. All right, let's see how that looks. I don't really want. Yeah, where'd that go? All right. I just barely want some highlight. Yeah, it's still a little too dark, I guess. Let's try it again. Yeah, that's okay. I I just kind of want to insinuate a little bit of a green in there. I don't really get a little too much of that, huh? Just putting a little bit of a green contrast in here. Just a tad, just a tad. All right. If I put too much brightness in here, it'll mess up all the other effect that we just put in here. So let's just kind of, I bet that all that blue in there, I probably could have just used cad yellow. All right, I can live with that. So now I want to frame this waterfall in. We haven't forgotten about these rocks, but we're going to frame this waterfall in. So we're going to take up some of that blue, that light blue that we have. And on this side, I'm going to frame the whole side, this whole side, in mist. So we're going to come right up against the waterfall there, just like that. Put some mist in here. We're going to come up, while we're at it, we'll just come up here and pull some of this color in and blur that out where we put those new bushes and things in. Just kind of, there we go. We want to push those back in the back. So we're going to go over them just a little bit. You can see how it pushes that back? So by softening them. Alright, let's do the same thing on this side. Well, this side, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to put something a little rockier on this side, but let's go ahead and let's bring this down over here. We'll pull it up on these rocks. We want to pull some of that brown color, but not too much of it onto these rocks. Maybe a little bit of extra white in here to start with. Let's take that to the side to start with. I don't want to do too white. And then let's pull it back over here. Yeah, we can add some more. Let's add some more effects in here. Because, I'll tell you what, not a lot of action going right here in front of the painting, but I think we can make it a little bit more actiony. So let's try to do that. Oh, I forgot to share this out to the other paint groups. If you guys get a chance, if you could, while you're sitting there, if you would just share this out to maybe I don't care where, just any of the other painting groups. I forgot to do that. I usually do that when I start, and I forgot. Or I can just do it after I get done. Let's take and, you know what? Let's do this first. So let's deal with this part here in the middle. So we're gonna take some white, come back in here, and let's just put. So you see? Can you see? Like right here. Let me look at the monitor for a minute. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna wait for myself to catch up. Yeah. There's a little bit of brown color here, and we're gonna use that a little bit. And let's just kind of. Let's put like a little bit of a waterfall coming off here. And some waterfall effects coming off here. Like that. Maybe a little bit over on this side. I'm doing these with a fan brush instead of a knife, like I did the top part. A little more paint. A little more paint. A little more paint. Yes. Maybe a little bit around that bush. Maybe around that bush. Around that rock. And maybe we can pull this up, leave it a little bit more. Have like a little double kick waterfall. Maybe do the same thing over here. Like maybe insinuate one right here. Like that. Then we'll just tap a little bit of haze in there like that. Yeah. And then think about this for a second. So let's make it a little bit. Let's add some reflection here. We can decide what we're going to do with it when we get it down there. Yeah, that'll be alright. Yeah. Hi, Dorothy. How are you today? I'm sorry I missed your live thing yesterday. I was out of town. And by the time I saw it, it was over. Alright, so we're just going to pull this and make this a reflection. We'll do some more with it in a minute, but for right now, we'll just kind of like that. Alright, I'm liking that okay. Now I want to do a little bit with these rocks. I want to keep them dark, but at the same time, I want to create a little bit more texture on them than what it looks like there is. I went to all that trouble not to make texture, just so I can come back and try to make some. So let's do that a little bit. Let's just kind of. I don't want to texture them up too much, but kind of make it look like there's a little bit of water coming down over them, like that, maybe. What do you guys think? I'm doing really good. Alright. So I think I'm happy with that part for right now. But let's get, I'm going to frame in this other side. I'm going to pull some darkness down here. I'm going to frame this waterfall in and maybe bleed over onto it just a little bit. Put a little bit more. Oh. Wrong color, my bad. Alright, let's just take that off the knife. Let's try it again. So now we got to deal with something on this side. So that's a happy little accident. We'll see what we do with that in a second. We'll texture that in just like that. And we'll leave it textured that way somewhat. You know what? I'm going to take a little bit more of that white, go ahead and spread over on this side. And then we're going to change up a little bit. So, for those of you, if you haven't been painting a long time, when I first started painting, I was always worried I was going to mess something up. And it was almost stressful painting, and painting should never be like that. There's nothing that you can do that can't be fixed. I actually watched one of Bob Ross's CRIs in class. I went to class one time with Nick Hankins. If you guys follow Nick, he fixed a guy made a major pull down problem, and Nick fixed it in about, I don't know, less than 2 minutes. It was awesome. And that made me realize it could be fixed if I just knew how. So, alright, now I'm just kind of putting a little bit of this blue in here to go with this. And then I'm going to pull a little bit of black through some of that. That'll add a little bit more light over dark, dark over light. There we go. Right. So let me glance at the monitor and see how it looks to you guys over there. An angry face. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Who put an angry face? Okay, so let's pick up some more of this blue, and let's stir up this mist a little bit more. Up into one, kind of bring all this together without picking up too much of that brown. I'm just going to wipe it out of the brush, pick up a little bit more of this blue, and a little bit more white. I'll brush it up in here. somebody put an angry face up? Who did that? Don't do that. All right, so let's see. All right. Sorry guys, I just caught my microphone, my cord. 1 second. So we put this back. Okay. Let's put a few other things in here now. So let's pick up some blue, some black. Push up some things. You know what? Let's put some bushes in here. So I'm just using a fan brush to do that. I'm just kind of rough the edge up a little bit, like that. And then let's pick up some blue and some black. And let's put a tree right here. Right. Ugh. I think I put a big tree in here. I don't know. I'll tell you what, let's do this. So I take that blue and black color. I'm going to mix, give me a second while I mix it off on the palette over here. So I just want to put a few little things back here in the back, just little suggestions of things that could be back here. And then, let me see how that looks when it shows up. Now, Yvette Ronson is also, she's a Bob's Ross CRI. Just like Nick Hankins I was talking about shortly. She probably knows Nick. But those guys get a chance to go to their classes, they're pretty darn cool, I tell you. I have never been to one. I wish I hadn't gone. It'll save you a lot of practice time. Alright, let's put a tree. I want to put this tree, I don't want to pull it way up there. Let's put a tree like right here. Right here in the foreground. A lot of paint in the brush and this little fan brush right now. Black, blue. Let's put another one. Let's put this one kind of crooked though. Let's say yeah. So we got a pretty good bit of paint on the canvas now. We're laying in here, but it's fairly thin at the moment. And then let's just kind of, tell you what, let's do this. Let's just stick another one like right in here. I wish I'd made it a little bit shorter, but that's okay. I'll just go over here and make this other one a little bit taller. How about that? All right. So let's go with this one. Make this guy a little bit taller. Maybe even a little bit taller than that. All right. We'll just make this tree a little bit bigger. It's easier to make them bigger than it is to make them shorter. But either one can be done. All right. Oh, thank you, Pat. That's so sweet of you to say. All right. So we're going to try something we didn't do a minute ago. A while ago, we had, I think I put a little bit of sap green in here. I don't want to start off too bright. But remember, I've got blue and black on here for the most part. So I think when I kind of tap this green in here, it'll kind of, with just the yellow, or some of the yellow, it'll turn it more of a dark green. I won't have to really mess with it too much. Just a little bit on that, a little bit on this guy, not too much. Just kind of creating some insinuation here. All right. since Yovette's here, she likes rocks. We'll stick some rocks in here, but let's soften this up a little bit. Let's get some brush strokes here I want to pull out. Kind of push those trees that we stuck on this side, push them back. Maybe we'll stick one more little tree in here. I think there maybe like a little guy right here on this side. Not too big, just a little. Maybe a couple. Let's see. Let's do this. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe we'll put one back here. Tell you what, let's make this guy just a little tad bit lighter. And that'll help us push him back in the mist a little bit, maybe. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, it needs to be a little darker than that. Come on, buddy. Get your color. Here we go. Alright. Come on, little tree. Come on, little tree. Come out wherever you are. Alright, tell you what, let's just leave it like that. And then we will clean the brush out of here. And we're going to come back and put some more mist in here. We'll just kind of blend this guy, put in the mist a little bit. Push him back in the mist, and this one too. And bring that mist down a little bit like this. Now normally, right about now, I'd start sticking some water lines in here. But I don't think I will just yet. As I was saying, Yvette was so kind to come in and watch me paint today, so let's take her. One of her favorite things is rocks, so let's make some rocks. Let's put little stones. Let me get a filbert brush. I can't imagine I would ever do a painting without using a filbert brush. My goodness, that would be terrible. All right, so we're just gonna mix up some blue, light blue, like this. See that? And on the other side of the brush, which currently has nothing on it, we're going to take some of this darker blue-black color, see if we can work that in. Or maybe, tell you what, let's do this. Let's put this. All right, so on one side of the brush, all right, let's try that. Got darker blue and then a really light blue. Let's just come in here and stick some stones in here. I think I need a little bit darker than that on the bottom. So we'll kind of put stones all around down here by the bottom of the lake. And kind of let them kind of blend it back in the mist a little bit. Let's get our color back. Maybe we'll put some bigger ones back here. Around these trees. We come forward and make them a little bit darker. Of course, you can stick as many of these stones in here as you like when you're doing it, if you decide to do something like this. What do you think? Alright, now let's finish up with some water lines. I need to put a little bit of highlight on these two trees over here. I did that fan brush. I don't see it, so I'll just use a filbert to do it. So, the tree I just did with the fan brush, I'm going to highlight it with a filbert. Just because you can. Doesn't really matter which brush you're using, as long as you understand the technique, you can just kind of stick it in there however you want. Alright, so speaking of that, right in here around this rock, there's not enough. There we go. Kind of insinuate some stones in there like that. Alright, now let's finish up with some water lines, shall we? Hi, Rosemary. We're just finishing up on this painting, but we're glad you came. All right. So I love to work on black canvases. I work on them a lot. And when you put your water lines in, make sure that you keep them straight. So we're going to actually put some water lines up here in the fog, a little bit up here around amongst these. Too much paint there. There we go. So I'm using a very small bead of paint. Put some up here around these rocks too. And bring it on out here. So even though you're moving down the canvas, make sure you keep them horizontal, or it's going to look kind of weird. You'll pick up a little bit of strange looking stuff. I tell you what, let's pick this fan brush back up. Let's get a couple of darker stones, and we'll use this reflection to our advantage. And we'll put a couple of stones in here, out here on the water. Maybe a few over here, just here and there. Like that. Just add a little more interest, like that. Then we can take. If you guys wonder why I clean my brushes so much, I have attention deficit, and so I tend to walk off sometimes and leave my brushes not munched out. So I just kind of, part of me keeping myself straightened out. Just add some more water lines, a few more water lines in here. Water's not too small, so we're just kind of sticking around these rocks. Those there, I don't want a lot of water lines because we want to kind of insinuate maybe they're kind of floating underneath under the water. We're just going to kind of soften these out a little bit, make them a little softer. A little softer, a little softer. All right. Let's take a look. All right, I think right up here, it wouldn't hurt. That doesn't, paper towel. I think right up here, I'm just going to test this a little bit right there. I'm going to soften this up just a little bit more. Just push that back, push it back some more. Maybe push it back a little bit back out there. And I'll brush over this a little bit just to soften it up. Move it back in the painting. All right, well, what do you guys think? So we'll recap. Start off the black canvas in gesso. Let it dry. We covered the whole canvas in liquid clear and a mixture of Prussian blue and midnight black. Then we stuck to kind of the Prussian blue and midnight black thing all the way through, so with titanium white. So we created those background trees off in yonder. Same colors we stuck to all the way through these trees, except just darker. So it's really about the value of the painting. The only difference really in the color structure is we put this brown part in right here, and for these stones there's Van Dyke brown, but all the rest of it's blues. And then we added a little bit of sap green and cad yellow just to kind of highlight the trees just a tad. Oh, you know what we could do? Let's take these trees just a little bit. Let's just kind of make sure that's clean. Here we go. I'm just going to make these trees just a little bit pointy. Compound trees tend to those are kind of okay. Maybe this guy here. I'd like to run that one little runner up in there. So that looks okay. I think one other thing I'll touch on real quick, if I can find my fan brush. Where'd it go? Here, little number 3 fan brush. Oh, here it is, right on the top. I think this guy could be just a little bit pointy, like that. All right. So we painted all the water and banks with a knife. And this, of course, this side, and the rocks with a knife, and then we used a filbert brush just to create all the stones down in here. So anyway, that's it for a Sunday afternoon. Really do appreciate you guys tuning in. We're gonna have a giveaway. Forgot that. We have this 8x10 called Palm. This is it right here. If you guys would, anybody left a comment, automatically will get entered into the drawing if you live in the United States. Click a like and a share. For each one of those, you get an extra chance. And tomorrow we'll draw a name out of the hat. And if you live in the continental United States, we will ship this to you free of charge. I'll sign it. I noticed yesterday I haven't signed it, but I will. We'll get it off in the mail to you. Once again, don't forget about my friend, little painter girl, Emily Jean. She's a great artist. She really is a great artist. You guys should check out her page. Check out Yvette Bronson's Bob Ross CRI page. She does a lot of good stuff, and then she does some good stuff on YouTube. And hope you guys have a good Sunday afternoon. And hopefully, maybe like Tuesday, we'll do another painting, and maybe another black canvas. Because I do want to mess around with this type of painting again. I have a show coming up, so I want to kind of have a couple different ideas about how I would like. This main feature will kind of stay the same. I might like put some different rocks in it. Maybe put some rocks behind the waterfall, even farther back in the waterfall. I'd like to try to do a little bit of that. You can see a little bit of that here where we blended that in. You can see there's a simulation of some rocks back there. But anyway, maybe we'll try to do some of that. Maybe next time put a few little doers up in the sky back in the back, or maybe even a moon, and maybe brighten it up just a little bit. There's lots of different things I could do with this. So I want to piddle around with it some more on the next video. So I appreciate you guys taking your time and spending it with me. Time's valuable for everybody. Check out my friends whose names I gave you. And we'll see you guys next time.